Welcome to Northern Michigan Update. I'm Senator Jason Allen, and today we're going to be talking the out of doors. As we're going into the fall season, there's many wonderful things to be involved with and diverse activities, hunting, fishing, or just going out for a hike. Today we have Kelly. It's nice to have you, and you're involved with the Michigan television programs that are involved with Michigan Out of Doors and doing those types of things. And then Tony, you're involved with the magazine and updating on sort of the different activities. Kelly, how did you get involved in all of these hunting activities?
Well, for me, it started with my family.
Yeah.
Since I was a little kid, mom and dad, and I have two brothers, and aunts and uncles, everybody's always been really interested in the outdoors and started my love for it, and it's just continued.
Yeah. So do you enjoy hiking, fishing, camping, canoeing, or which sort of the areas that you really enjoy?
For me, it's hunting and fishing primarily. I like to be involved in everything outdoors, but there's only so much time, so hunting and fishing are my top two interests.
So are you a stream or a lake person?
I like lakes. I'm a bass fisherman, so like I said, I like to do all of it, and with my job, I get to do all of it and tag along with people who are doing it, but bass fishing is my favorite.
And the program, what are some of the more unique or memorable programs that you've been involved in?
Oh gosh, there's so many. It's so neat because every week, we do 52 shows a year, so every week there's something new, whether it's hunting or fishing or hiking or camping or whatever, and we're always following people around who have their own way of doing things, and there's a lot of unique things going on out there, and it's fun to take a peek at that.
Well, before the show I was telling you, we have two daughters, and my 8-year-old watched one of your programs on ice fishing last winter. And so we'll be looking for a portable shanty this year.
Good.
And what do they dig through? What do they call those?
Ice auger.
Ice auger. So I don't know which brands. Maybe you can give us some guidance after
Absolutely.
the program on that. And Sir Tony, how did you get involved in all the publications? And tell me a little bit about the magazine and what you do.
Well, obviously, I grew up in the outdoors. Hunting and fishing was, like so many Michigan people, very important to me. And I really enjoyed writing, which is when you're younger and you're a boy, you don't really let people know that. But I always enjoyed it, wanted to make it a career somehow, but I wanted to make my career matter to the outdoors. So I thought, well, not a lot of people can write well enough to be published and do that, the communications area. So I just put the two together and got very lucky. Michigan Outdoors magazine, it's been around 60 years. It's the publication of Michigan United Conservation Clubs. It's kind of one of those things in Michigan, just like the television show that people grew up with. We're really fortunate that everywhere you go, people have either seen Michigan Outdoors, TV or magazine, or they currently receive it at their house now. So I'm really, really lucky to have the job that I have because it's important, it's fun, and it's able to, I don't do a lot of things really well, but I can write sometimes, and I can spend a lot of time outdoors, so if you take advantage of your talents generally and do the things you like, you're pretty fortunate, and I'm one of those lucky guys.
What are the types of trends you're seeing in the hunting and fishing professions, the hunting and fishing families, different individuals that are out?
There's a couple trends that seem kind of, to me, contradictory. The one disturbing trend that is not news to everybody in the state, we're losing the number of hunters anglers nationwide. Michigan's losing them about middle of the road in terms of, there's a group of states that are losing them somewhat slowly. Some groups very significantly, drops each year. We're in the middle of the road. But at the same time, you're seeing dollar expenditures per hunter, per angler, really go through the roof. So I think what you're seeing people that are a lot more into the sport in terms of making it a lifestyle. There's an outdoor lifestyle now. But we don't have as many just kind of people out there kind of messing around with a little bit. Kids don't come home from school and fish once in a while like they used to. If their family's really into it, they're really into it. We need to find the way to get more people, maybe dabbling in it's the wrong word, but we're losing that connection to the outdoors.
Right.
People who have it, they have it in a big way. People who don't, they have it not at all.
It's interesting. And is that typical of what you're seeing in, whether that be North Dakota or Vermont or Florida? Is that the same types of?
Yeah, Kelly and I, we traveled quite a bit for our job, different trade shows, and we were down in Alabama earlier, and you definitely see that. I see it less in some states. In Alabama, obviously, we saw more people in the area we were in. You know, the outdoor lifestyle is still there, but it definitely is happening across the country.
Yeah. Now, is that sort of the more urban environment that we're growing up in Michigan, or is it just, do you think it's television, or is this a decline from going from what I would call organized sports to when it used to be Boy Scouts was the big thing,
Yeah.
or Girl Scouts? Is that?
I think it's a combination. I think obviously technology is a great thing. Our kids are really tech savvy. My kids are really tech savvy, and you know, they're 5 and 3. But you know, there has to be a balance. We have to teach them that the outdoors is, you know, pretty technical too. It's science, all of it. I think just generally, you know, parenting is different. And none of us have time. Kelly and I were talking on the way over. I mean, there's maybe 10 minutes a week where you don't have something scheduled, and that takes a big toll on bringing kids in the outdoors.
Yeah. So speaking of that, some of the things that we've been trying to do to raise our daughters in the woods, I've had Meredith out shooting for the first time last summer, and she shot 5 rounds on a single shot 22 and hit, I think, the target 5 times,
Awesome.
and she got 2 bullseyes. So we're getting there as far as things going on. But what are the types of things that we should be doing to encourage this next generation to come along and be in the outdoors?
Well, I think one of the most important things is one thing we do at our TV show, and you need people like Kelly on TV, especially for females. I mean, she can speak to the experiences that she's had. We need to broaden our horizons. I mean, we need to have, you know, the urban kids. There's no reason they can't be outside. There's a lot of urban programs available. We need more of them. We need them to be attractive to kids. The state isn't, and the country isn't getting more rural. It's getting more urban. We need more urban type programs. We need more kid type programs. As parents, we need to understand that if we don't teach our kids about the outdoors, they're not going to know about the outdoors when we're gone. I mean, we aren't going to be able to protect it forever, but I think I know Kelly has a lot of experiences as far as getting more women in the outdoors. That's something I struggle with. In the magazine, I need to have programs, but it's hard to address those issues when you don't want to sound, you know, demeaning or condescending to them.
Right.
But
There are a lot of good programs to help getting kids and women involved for parents that might not know. Most local sportsmen's clubs are a good place to go if you want to try to get your kids introduced into the shooting sports or hunting and fishing or just the outdoors, period. They have a lot of good programs for kids just to get their hands on a fishing pole, or, you know, teach them habitat and why things are important. MUCC, our parent company, we have a lot of good programs as well. We've got a kids magazine.
What's the kids magazine?
It's called Tracks, and
Okay.
that's goes out to upper elementary age kids, and it just teaches them about habitat, wildlife, why things are important, and just kind of helps to show them what our heritage is all about and try to keep it going.
Yeah, because we get, I think it's called Jake's, which is the turkey magazine, which we've been sort of, every time that it comes out 4 times a year. So is that similar to what yours does?
It's similar. Now this one is goes directly to classrooms, so a lot of elementary teachers use it as a part of their curriculum, and they can take a look and see what's coming up in the next, you know, future issues, and sometimes they use it as a supplement to other programs and, you know, their science classes and things like that.
Okay.
We also have a Camp for Kids that's been around since 1946, and that's a great way because it's very hands-on.
Now, where's that camp, and how do they get involved with those?
The camp